Progressive exercise number 25. Be ready. Start. Honorable Speaker, Sir, entrepreneurship has always been the strength of India. Even today, young men and women have given up greener pastures elsewhere to contribute to India's growth. They are risk taking and come up with disruptive solutions to festering challenges. Equally established old industries are resetting themselves in a changing global and domestic situation. We recognize the knowledge, skills, and risk taking capabilities of our youth. He is no longer the job seeker. He is creator of jobs. Now we wish to create more opportunities and remove roadblocks from his path. I propose to set up an investment clearance cell that will provide end to end facilitation and support, including pre investment advisory information related to land banks, and facilitate clearances at center and state level. It will work through a portal. There is a case for maximizing the benefits of three separately developing economic activities. First, the upcoming economic corridors. Second, revitalization of manufacturing activities. And third, technology and the demands of aspirational classes. We have to benefit from their convergence. Hence, it is proposed to develop 5 new smart cities in collaboration with states in public private partnership mode. Such cities would be chosen that offer the best choices in terms of aforementioned principles. India needs to manufacture networked products that will make it a part of global value chains. This in turn gets more investment and generates more employment for our youth. Electronics manufacturing industry is very competitive and India has shown its cost advantages. The potential of this industry in job creation is immense. India needs to boost domestic manufacturing and attract large investments in the electronics value chain. Here, I propose a scheme focused on encouraging manufacture of mobile phones, electronic equipment, and semiconductor packaging. Details would be announced later. With suitable modifications, this scheme can be adapted for manufacture of medical devices too. India imports significant quantity of technical textiles worth 16 billion US dollar every year. To reverse this trend and to position India as a global leader in technical textiles, a national technical textiles mission is proposed with a 4-year implementation period from 2020 to 21 to 2023 to 24 at an estimated outlay of rupees 1480 crore. From the Red Fort, our Prime Minister spoke about quality and standards when he spoke of zero defect, zero effect manufacturing for the industry in the country for increasing exports. Honorable Speaker, Sir, in his Independence Day speech 2019, Prime Minister had highlighted rupees 10 lakh crore would be invested on infrastructure over the next 5 years. As a follow up measure, I had launched the National Infrastructure Pipeline on 31st December 2019 of rupees 103 lakh crore. It consists of more than 6,500 projects across sectors and are classified as per their size and stage of development. These new projects will include housing, safe drinking water, access to clean and affordable energy, healthcare for all, world class educational institutes, modern railway stations, airports, bus terminals, metro and railway transportation, logistics and warehousing, irrigation projects, etc. The National Infrastructure Pipeline envisions improving the ease of living for each individual citizen in the country. It also will bring in generic and sectoral reforms in development, operation, and maintenance of these infrastructure projects. A huge employment opportunity exists for India's youth in construction, operation, and maintenance of infrastructure. National Skill Development Agency will give special thrust to infrastructure focused skill development opportunities. I propose to set up a project preparation facility for infrastructure projects. This program would actively involve young engineers, managements, graduates, and economists from our universities. It is also proposed to direct all the infrastructure agencies of the government to involve youth power in startups. They will help in rolling out value added services in quality public infrastructure for citizens. A national logistics policy will be released soon. Inter alia, it will clarify the roles of the union government, state governments, and key regulators. It will create a single window e logistics market and focus on generation of employment skills and making SME competitive. Accelerated development of highways will be undertaken. This will include development of 2500 kilometer access control highways, 9000 kilometer of economic corridors, 2000 kilometer of coastal and land port roads and 2000 kilometer of strategic highways. Delhi Mumbai Expressway and two other packages would be completed by 2023. Chennai Bengaluru Expressway would also be started. FASTag mechanism encourages us towards greater commercialization of our highways so that NHAI can raise more resources. I propose to monetize at least 12 lots of highway bundles of our 6000 km before 2024. In carrying out its duty, the Indian Railways perform a service to the nation. A. Within 100 days of assumption of this government, it has commissioned 550 Wi-Fi facilities in as many stations. B. Eliminated unnamed crossing and C. Aims to achieve electrification of 27,000 km of tracks. This will call for optimization of cost. Railways has small operating surplus. About Indian Railways, there are five measures, among others, that I wish to highlight. First, setting up a large solar power capacity alongside the rail tracks on the land owned by the railways. A proposal is under consideration. Second, four station redevelopment projects and operation of 150 passenger trains would be done through PPP mode. The process of inviting private participation is underway. Third, more Tejas type trains will connect iconic tourist destinations. Fourth, high speed train between Mumbai to Ahmedabad would be actively pursued. And fifth, 148-kilometer long Bangalore suburban transport project at a cost of rupees 18,000 crore would have fares on metro model. Central government would provide 20% of equity and facilitate external assistance up to 60% of the project cost. This shall provide viable donation to the metro transport problem of the people of Bangalore city.